on the show today. We've got some NBA. We've got college basketball picks. We'll get that college football pick in prime time between Colorado and Texas. That we'll get to you, and a lot more here on the show. We're here Monday through Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern time, so be sure to tune in. Have a lot of pick dog cappers in the green room. Let's take a look at who's on the show today. We have Rod Zawacki will join us, and Alex Smart will lead us off today. Chris Ruvolo will serve as co-host. Alaninos is in, as is Ron Romanelli, making a special appearance on a Tuesday. And Damien Sosh will join us bottom of the hour. So let's go ahead and bring in Chris. Chris, ready to go?
Absolutely ready and raring to go.
All right, let's go ahead and welcome Alex Smart. You'll find him over at Pig Dogs Premium. Alex, how are things going?
Good. How's everyone going? Good.
Oh, things going great. We got a lot of action from the NBA, and you're going to be looking at a game from involving the Milwaukee Bucks and the Miami Heat. This one will be on TNT, so it's a featured game. Milwaukee on the road laying 5.5. Total sits here at 226, but the concern here for Miami is the status of Jimmy Butler.
Yeah, and if Jimmy Butler does play tonight, he's not going to be 100%. And you've got a very angry Milwaukee team here tonight. You know, they've got redemption, they've got revenge. They've got a lot of things on the line here, you know, and this is the kind of team that needs to be motivated, I think, to do anything. They really haven't done a lot. Like, no matter what all the bluster is, you know, all the records and everything else, there's still no championship. So, you know, all I've got to say is tonight, you know, with Jimmy Butler at less than 100%, we'll just leave it at that, less than 100% if he does play. I really believe that we have a situation here. I'm not crazy about laying points on the road, but I do feel that Milwaukee is going to play a top-tier game here and float away with this towards the end and catch it.
All right, Alex Martin here on the Milwaukee Bucks laying the 5.5 against Miami. So shop for that number right now on this one. All right, Chris, what do you say here between the Bucks and the Heat?
Tony, you and I were talking about it before we went on the air. This was one of the harder games on the board for me, and you know, as much as I don't like to do it, I think I'm going to have to be on the other side in this one. I just didn't like what I saw from the Bucks against the Knicks, and you know, granted, it wouldn't surprise me if the Bucks came out and blew the doors off of the Heat with a less than 100% Jimmy Butler. I just think that, you know what, laying points on the road on the spot isn't necessarily where I want to be just right off the bat after that performance. But again, this is one of the harder games on the board. So my lean here is towards the Heat.
Towards the Heat. All right, Alex, give us the final word on this one.
Well, you know, we also have to look at the NBA from a different perspective this season, and we can't be as particular as we maybe used to be with laying points on the road because it's not really the road anymore. So, you know, we have to take an even keel. I'm not saying that's a comfortable situation to be in, you know, being away from home and playing on another team's court, but still at the same hand. And you know, there is a very intelligent perspective to what, you know, we're saying here about taking the points too. But, you know, I'm going to give the benefit of the doubt to Milwaukee and say they come out here and just give us a game.
Empty arena here, a situation here with Butler. All right, so Alex Smart on Milwaukee Bucks laying the 5.5. All right, Alex, we see your numbers here on the past 7 days have been outstanding. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
We're going to have just about everything. And anything that moves, I'm going to hit it. But anything that gives us an edge anyway, college football, the NFL, we've got a big lineup coming our way here over the next few months, and it should be great. It should be very good.
All right, guys, check out Alex. You see the numbers, over 500 units of profits documented over the past 7 days. Why not pick up a long-term pass from Alex? We've got that 7-day and 30-day all-sports pass. That means if you get the 30-day or the 7-day, it's every pick that Alex releases on the site for that time period. That would be the NBA, NFL, college football, college basketball. And, of course, the NHL will begin here in a few weeks. And, of course, Alex, I know you're big on the NHL. You post a lot of plays up there. And it'll be, like you said, it'll be a unique season here, no bubble.
Yeah, no bubble, and Canadian teams playing within Canada. It's going to be different. Once again, we're in for a different kind of handicapping experience. I think all of us together, and it should be very interesting how we make out.
All right, we do get some Ninos here saying Butler officially out for this one here on the Miami side. All right, Alex, as always, a great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you in a couple days.
Thank you. Take care, guys. See you.
All right, already Alex Martin here on the drive-through. All right, we'll continue on. And, of course, it's time for my co-host, Chris Ruvolo, to step up here center stage. And I'm with you on this one. We got USF and Memphis tipping off top of the hour on ESPN2 with Memphis laying at 9.5. Total sits here at 136.5 points.
Yeah, this was one of the ones that kind of caught my eye because, you know, USF isn't a team that I've been very high on over over the recent years, I mean, they've only had one winning season since joining the AAC back in 2013, and even in that 24-win season, they still finished with an 8-10 conference record. Haven't had a winning conference record since 2011. So that just tells you, how much confidence you can really have with this USF team over the long term. But you know what? They're playing well early on this season. They have a win on the road at Cincinnati, overtime loss to Wichita State. They beat Wofford on a neutral floor. They lost to Virginia Tech and Rhode Island on a neutral floor. So this is a battle-tested USF team that's been hanging around in games. And, Memphis, I'm not sure what it is about the Memphis Tigers this season. First it was on the football field, now it's on the hardwood. For whatever reason, the Memphis Tigers can't cover a spread if their lives depended on it. This is still a Memphis team. They lost to Tulsa. Sure, they beat Tulane on the road, lost to Auburn. And, other than that, their wins over Mississippi Valley State, Central Arkansas, and Arkansas State. It really doesn't do a whole lot for me. I think what we have here is a South Florida team. It's going to come in. It's going to play hard. I think that this again is going to come down to the last couple of possessions. I could see this being a 4-point game, so like 63-59 or 73-69, something along that kind of scope. But either way, I think we're well in a great position with the 9.5 points with South Florida.
Yeah, I'm with you there. It really comes down to the fact that Memphis can't shoot. They're just a bad shooting team. And think back to those old Cincinnati teams that couldn't shoot, and they win those close games. And that's really what Memphis is. They don't cover. But Bulls do have a win at Cincinnati. They rebound the ball effectively, and they shoot the three. And, of course, I'm with you on this one with USF plus the points. Hey, Chris, why don't you let everybody know what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? We got a lot of action, college football, bowl game going off here at 9 Eastern and a lot more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we had my 2 for Tuesday go off earlier today, and we had the Baylor game. Luckily, we started off on the right foot. We still have my Tuesday 3-point play for college hoops. We got a 3-pack for the NBA as well tonight. We have both those for over $29.95 over at Pick Dogs Premium. You can get each one of those. It's good to put some cash in your pocket tonight with some winners. Or guys, hop on one of those longer term packages. Got 3-day, 7-day, 30-day, even the yearly package. It's going to get you all the plays that we're going to make. You can see at the bottom of the screen, we're killing college basketball to start the year. We're not going to stop tonight. We're going to go all the way to the end of the season. We're going to end up on the top of the mountain. So come along with me. Let's put some cash in your pocket, and let's start 2021 on the right note.
I agree with that, guys. Check out Chris Ruffalo over at Pig Dogs Premium. You see the numbers, over 1,000 units of profit this young college basketball season. A good time to pick up one of those long-term passes. Visit his profile page over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got that 3-day. You want to check him out for 3 days? You go all the way up to 30-day. All sports, every play he releases on the site is yours when you sign up for one of his all sports passes, now available over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-thru. Up next is El Ninos. So let's go ahead and cue in Mr. El Ninos today. He's got an NBA game he wants to look at. Al, how you doing?
Doing pretty good. Yeah, I do want to look at this game. This almost made the premium card, so yeah, looking forward to this pick. How are you guys doing?
Oh, we're doing great, The rain's gone out here and now back to being in sunny Southern California. And I know it's a place you were at. It's spent some time in, but we'll look here at this Bulls and Washington Wizards game. The Wizards laying about 6.5 in this one.
Yeah, I see it going back down to 6, so definitely shop around. I know I mentioned the number yesterday, and it did end up being important that 226.5 didn't cover, whereas the 27.5 did. But anyway, so yeah, always important to shop for the best number. And this is a bit of a mismatch. I think we're getting a pretty decent price on the much better team here with Russell Westbrook and Bradley Beal. I just think they're going to be a bit too much for Zach LaVine and the Bulls. Also, I expect their bigs to have a pretty good game here. I think they'll outmatch the Bulls bigs, and I just like the Wizards all around better, honestly. So I'll be laying the points here with the Wizards at home.
All right, El Nino says go ahead and take the Wizards, laying the 6.5 here against the Bulls. The Bulls, a team that's underperformed the last several years. I know I'm staying away from them this year because they've really screwed me the last couple of years. And you look at their names, and this team's full of talent, but they just can't seem to cover games, lose a lot. Chris?
Yeah, I think a lot of that has to do with the fact they can't stay healthy. But, I think that Al's right on with this one. Between two 0-3 teams, I'd rather have the 0-3 team that's got 2 all-star caliber players on it, and Westbrook and Beal, and I think that those guys are going to be the difference. And I think Washington pulls away in the fourth quarter and covers this number. See an 8 to 10 point Wizards win here.
All right, going right there with the Wizards laying the points against the Bulls. All right, now, why don't you let us know what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
I'm going to stick up 7-pack up if you want to pick that up. Got my last college football play, 4 NBA plays, and a couple college basketball plays in there, so check them out. I think there's some good plays.
All right, guys, check out Al Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. Off to a good start in the NBA, over 200 units of profit. He's got that long-term pass, or check his profile page for the pass for tonight's action. Al Nino's over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Al, as always, great having you on the show. You have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
We'll see you then, guys.
All right, we'll continue on here. Better mic placement today on the show, Chris.
Absolutely. It was almost like it wasn't even there. We could still hear him, though. That was great.
We sure can. The quality is much better. All right, reminder, guys, be sure to subscribe to our channel. Free picks every day. Of course, we got the morning show every day with Mitch and company. Get it started at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, we've got the computer pick show, usually at noon Eastern time. And, of course, the drive-through, 6 p.m. Eastern time. And don't forget, we're keeping an eye on this Oklahoma State and Miami game. Mitch will be on with the halftime show when this game goes to half. They just finished the first quarter, so we figure maybe about 15 minutes after we go off the air here, Mitch will be on with his halftime show. So make sure you hold on to your portable device, set those notifications, get that halftime pick from Mitch, Oklahoma State and Miami. And of course, we'd appreciate it if you guys all give us that thumbs up, that like, Chris. It really helps us out.
No, absolutely. I mean, we keep mentioning it. You guys are already watching the show. You just got to scroll down underneath the video feed, just hit the thumbs up. You're not even going to miss anything. You're just going to miss our faces, and you can get right back to them anyways. You can keep hearing all the great content, all the great picks we have for you. All of our handicappers love it. The thumbs up allows us to keep giving you guys premium content. It helps us out a bunch, doesn't cost you a thing, and we really appreciate all the support.
All right, we appreciate that. All right, continue on here on the drive-through. Time to bring on Rod Zawacki to show Rod how things going.
Going good.
All right.
It's a nice Tuesday.
How you feeling with this Tua and Fitzgerald? I kind of like what they're doing there. Let Tua play, let the opponent's game plan for Tua, and then if he's not playing well, throw in Fitzpatrick and then kind of screw up the defense a little bit.
Well, pretty much, because that's Fitzmagic's favorite spot. He likes to come in and win the game at the end. That's what he's known for. That's why they got him. He's perfect in that role. He thrives in that position. He sits there, and he watches what's going on, and then he comes in and hammers the other team usually.
Yep, he sure does. It's a good spot for him. All right, 9 Eastern time. We're going to college basketball. This one will be aired on SEC Network, 9 Eastern time. Ole Miss and Alabama. Now, Alabama is laying 2.5 to 2, total 147.5, but you're looking money line for this one.
Where Alabama's laying 2 here. Ole Miss coming into the Coleman Coliseum here. Take on Alabama. And for me, I look at these numbers. Alabama offense scoring about 76 points a game. Biggest thing on the Alabama offense for me is their field goal shooting has not been very good. They were held to under 30-something%. And then this Mississippi, they hold teams to under 35% field goal shooting. So we also know that Alabama loves to live and die by the 3, and if they're not hitting that 3 ball tonight, then they're in deep trouble here. This third-ranked Mississippi D is gonna hold Alabama in check. Themselves, they're averaging 74 points a game. I think they come into this game here and get an outright win. Take Ole Miss, upset.
All right. He says, go ahead and take Ole Miss. Now, I might be butting heads with you, Rod, on this one, only because I don't think Ole Miss has been tested much. That only test game was that loss at Dayton. Dayton's sort of on the rebuild side. Chris, what say you in this one?
Yeah, this was a game I struggled with. I gave out Alabama on the morning show, and then I was kind of flip-flopping back and forth between Alabama and Ole Miss, just because, Tony, like you said, Alabama's the more battle-tested team. I think Ole Miss is the more talented team side by side, maybe by just a little bit. I think I'm gonna, jump to the other side, to the other part of this game. I'm gonna look towards the total. I like this game to go over. I think we've got a high-scoring game here. Either way you slice it, I think this is a 3-4 point game, regardless of who wins this one. I like the over in this spot.
All right, Rod, you get the last word on this one.
For me, and this is another Alabama's looking ahead to their game on Saturday. Their next game, they're playing Tennessee here as well. So I think that might be a little bit in their mind. That's a bigger matchup for Alabama is against Tennessee on Saturday. So I think they might be looking a little bit ahead, and Ole Miss comes in and catches them.
All right, Rod Zawacki on Ole Miss money line plus 120 against Alabama. All right, Rod, big night of action tonight. College football, college and pro hoops. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium?
Well, I had my Magnificent 7 package go off a little bit so far. So I ended up having 4 plays left. So if you grab like a 3-day, but I threw 3 plays together. My top 3 plays on tonight's card. I got BA plays, 1 college basketball play. Those 3 plays are definitely going to slam the books there. But New Year's fast approaching. Grab something long term, and you get the consensus that equals that same amount of time. So can't go wrong there.
Yeah, check out Rod Zawacki over at Pig Dogs Premium. See approaching 400 units of profit documented over at Pig Dogs Premium. You want to go short term, you got to go long term. Check him out over at Pig Dogs Premium. Check his profile page and pick up one of his passes from Rod Zawacki. All right, Rod, as always, great having you on your show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you tomorrow.
Have yourself a good evening, gentlemen. We'll see you in the morning, Chris.
All right, we will see Rod in the morning. Of course, 10 a.m. Eastern time gets it all started every day here on the Pig Dogs and Sports Chat Place YouTube and throughout social media. You'll get the morning show with Mitch and company. You'll have Rod Zawacki. You'll have Chris Ruffalo, Brian Bittler. And on weekends, you have Ron Romanelli. And he's our next guest here on a special appearance here for the Tuesday show. Let's go ahead and cue in Ron, and let's get him on. There he is right here. Ron, how are you doing today?
Doing well, guys. Doing well.
All right, Ron Romanelli, you're on a game. I'm with you on this one here. Nuggets at the Kings on NBA. It's on NBA League Pass channel. We've got the Denver Nuggets on a back-to-back lane. 2.5 points on the road, total 227.5.
Yeah, you know, the Nuggets are on the second game of their back-to-back, and they just played at home against the Rockets last night. I know it's not too much of travel from Denver to Sacramento, but you know what? It's still a travel and it's still a back-to-back. And as we've seen in the NBA so far this season, we've seen a lot of stars and even not-so-stars sit out in either the first half or the second half of their back-to-backs just due to the fatigue. And it's a real element this season with the shortened schedule. Now, you look at Sacramento, they're 2-1 on the season, and they've already beaten this Nuggets team on the road. It wasn't overtime when it was a 2-point victory. It was a close one to the end. But a win's a win, and Sacramento showed that they can play with this Nuggets team. You know, the Kings have De'Aaron Fox and Buddy Hield shooting the ball really well, both scoring 17 or more points per game. And I think Fox is going to score 20 or more points per game this season, just like he did last year. So he's got some room for improvement as well. I think, you know, you've got Holmes and Barnes and Bagley down low in the front court for the Kings. I think they can do enough to make Nikola Jokic, the Joker, his life a lot more difficult in the paint for the Nuggets. And if they can do enough to stop him offensively and defensively, I think the Kings can grab an outright win here. I think it's important to grab the 2 points just because, you look at the last game, it was a 2-point victory. So I think those 2 points could be in play, but I think the Sacramento Kings win this outright on their home court.
Yeah, I'm with you on this one. Actually, you can find 2.5. And you mentioned guys like Bagley. These guys are healthy. You would see them on the injury report a lot last year, but this year they're healthy together here. And Buddy Hield likes to run. They shoot their threes. They'll have the fresher legs on the court. What say you, Chris, in this one?
Yeah, I'm with you guys on this one. I like the Kings as well. You know, I do worry that it is hard to beat the same team in a short time span, but you know what? With the way that Denver's been shooting the ball, not in a good way. This is a viable spot to take the Kings. I think like Ron said, Buddy Hield, De'Aaron Fox. This is a loaded team for the Kings, and I think this is going to be a team to watch down the stretch. So I like Sacramento with the free bucket as well.
Yeah, I'm with you there. All right, Ron Reminelli, all in agreement here. What you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? I know you're just killing it right now in college basketball, documented.
Yeah, 2 weeks ago I had a stellar week. This past week's been a little rough, but you know what? It's all about bouncing back. That's how you make a living in this industry, and I plan on bouncing back in a big way. And college hoops still going really well, over 1,000 units documented so far. We're going to build on that, and just check the website every day. Look for Ron Romanelli. Check what I have for sale. I do picks every day, obviously, and you can check my little one-day packages. I also have my 3-day and 7-day up there as well. So, just like Alex Smart said, there's so much going. We've got the NBA, college football, college basketball, the NFL, and the NHL's coming up right around the corner. So it's a perfect time to grab one of those plans.
That's right. Get one of those long-term plans right now from Ron Romanelli. You can see the numbers approaching 1,100 units of profit on this young college basketball season, documented number 3 at Pig Dogs. Those long-term passes are waiting for you. Check Ron Romanelli over at Pig Dogs Premium. Check out his profile page. Try him out for a night or step it up to a 30-day pass. All right, Ron, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you next week.
Have a great night, guys. I'll see you next week.
All right, Ron Romanelli here on the drive-thru. Don't forget you can catch Ron on the morning show. He appears on weekends, Saturday and Sunday at 10 a.m. Eastern time. Of course, that's an everyday show, but he appears on Saturday and Sunday. All right, continuing on here with Chris Ruffalo here on the drive-thru. We're going to welcome to the show right now Damian Sosh. You'll find him as well over at Pig Dogs Premium. Damon, how you doing today?
Doing really good, guys. How about yourselves?
Oh, doing great. Of course, you're going to look at the TNT, the second half of the doubleheader. A good matchup here between the New Orleans Pelicans at the Phoenix Suns. The Suns laying 2.5. Total sits here at 222.
Yeah, looking into this game, I really like the under in this game. It's early on in the NBA season, but these two teams are really playing some defense. Both rank in the top 3 in scoring defenses. The Pelicans have held 2 of their 3 opponents under 100 points so far this season. Lonzo Ball and Eric Bledsoe are 2 of the better perimeter defenders I think you're going to find in the NBA, and Steven Adams is a very solid defender down low. Suns, meanwhile, they're giving up just 103 points per game to their opponents. Mikal Bridges, I think he's really starting to establish himself as one of the premier young defenders in this league. I think going forward, you're going to hear his name a lot mentioned for possibly upcoming Defensive Player of the Year as the years go on. Neither of these teams are really shooting the ball well, and I think both are going to be fatiguing this game. I don't think they're going to have their shooting legs. Suns are going to be playing for the 3rd time in 4 days. And meanwhile, the Pelicans are going to be playing for the 3rd time in 5 days. So I really like this game to stay under the total.
All right, under the total there. Of course, Damon Sharp with his analysis in the NBA, looking at that schedule, looking at how much how much rest for these teams. It's definitely something you got to look out for in the NBA. Chris, what say you in this one?
I can't disagree with that at all. I mean, it's funny, you see New Orleans and Phoenix on the schedule, you think it's probably going to be an over right away just by looking at these are 2 of the higher scoring teams in the league. But like Damian said, there's going to be a lot of fatigue at play here. 2 teams that are 6-0 combined to the under this season. I like the under 222 here as well.
All right, agreement here on the under. All right, Damon, what you got going on over at Pig Dogs Premium? We see you're having a really good year in college basketball.
Yeah, we struggled a little bit last week, but definitely looking to bounce back this week. Had a good day yesterday, looking to build off of that. Tonight I still have 2 NBA plays out there, a college basketball play and a play on the Alamo Bowl that's still out there for sale. And obviously, a lot of stuff going on, bowl games, NBA, NFL, lots of stuff out there. So, pick yourself up a package. You'll get all my plays, and I'm looking forward to bounce back and have a really big week.
All right, check out Damon Sosh over at Pig Dogs Premium. He's got his nightly pass for tonight, prime time, so get on over and check it out. Or if you want to step up to a long-term pass, do that as well. But visit Damon Sosh over at Pig Dogs Premium. All right, Damon, as always, great having you on the show. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk with you in a couple days.
Thanks, guys. Have a good one.
All right, everybody, Damon Sosh here on the drive-thru. Continuing on here with Chris Ruffalo. Chris, this did not make the Cappers card, but it was the Alamo Bowl, Colorado, and Texas here, with Texas laying about 8.5 to 7.5 in this one. There are some 9s in some places. Total sits here at 66.
Yeah, this was a game that I was considering giving out as premium, but I couldn't get myself to that point. I really like Colorado in this spot. Colorado was just a team that I was looking to fade when they had Steven Montez as the starting quarterback. But since putting in Sam Neuer, this team's gotten a lot better. And I think that, Texas, not the most defensively proficient team in the Big 12 this season. I think we've got a shootout on our hands, but I think that Colorado's good enough that they can keep this one close and potentially give themselves a shot to win it late.
Yeah, I'm with you there. I like their run game with Broussard. Really a good running attack there from Colorado. So I would look at taking the points as well. All right, continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time. Before we do, I just wanted to make note here. Don't forget to tune in right after the show, because Mitch will have his halftime show from this Oklahoma State and Miami Hurricanes game. So you want to definitely tune in. I'm going to put up a comment there because I think there was a viewer out there that wanted to make a comment here. We're waiting on Mitch's halftime pick. Yes, we are. So we'll get Mitch on at halftime, probably about 10 minutes after we sign off. So keep that portable device handy with the notifications on, because Mitch will come on with his halftime show for this Miami and Oklahoma State game. So stay tuned. All right, we'll continue on here on the drive-through. Now it's time for yours truly for my show pick today. And let me go ahead and call this one up. And here we go. All right, we're going to be looking at this Northwestern Iowa. You know I've been playing this Northwestern team. I'm going to continue on. Now it's up to 11.5. They've won 3 straight in the Big Ten. They beat Ohio State by 1. Prior was a 7-point win at Indiana. They're shooting the ball effectively. They're hitting their threes, over 42%. They're defending. And there's one thing about this Iowa team. We always talk about guards are a great player. But the head coach is Fran McCaffery. You always hear me say, with a Fran McCaffery coach team, you always have to worry about the defense, right? You found that out here against Minnesota. They not only didn't cover, they lost the game in overtime, getting up over 100 points. And they are giving up 37% from the three-point line. So my play will be on Northwestern plus the 11.5. What say you, Chris?
Yeah, I think Iowa's averaging upwards in the 90s. I think 93.5 points a game this season. And the one real outlier was the game against Purdue, where Purdue held Iowa to 70 points, and I think Northwestern plays a similar style of defense to Purdue. I think this is a game where you're going to see Iowa's scoring come down a little bit. Northwestern shooting the three really well, and that's one of the areas that Iowa struggles with defensively more than anything else. And I think if Northwestern's hitting those threes, this could be a very close game. This could be a very interesting game in the last couple of minutes. So I'm with you, Tony. Give me the Northwestern Wildcats plus the 11.5.
All right, agree with that with Northwestern. All right, guys, you can check out Pig Dogs Premium. I have a 3-pack right now for sale at the site, or you can pick up one of my long-term passes, a 7-day and a 30-day as well. All right, continue on here on the drive-through. We're going to go ahead now and take a look at the show picks for today. All right, El Ninos joins us. We all began with Alex Smart. He liked Milwaukee minus 5.5 against Miami. Then Chris Ruffalo was on USF plus 9.5 against Memphis. El Ninos, the Wizards, plus 6.5 against the Bulls. Rod Zawacki says Ole Miss money line plus 120 against Alabama. Ron Romanelli, Sacramento Kings plus 2 against the Nuggets. Actually, you get 2.5 right now, so if you shop that number, get that half point. Damon Saj, Pelicans Suns under 222. Yours truly was on Northwestern plus 11.5 against Iowa. All right, Chris, other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
Tony, I'm not going to stray too far from the host booth. I like your Northwestern plus 11.5 against Iowa. I think Northwestern's going to give themselves a shot to win this game late.
All right, let's go over to El Ninos. Other than your pick, which one do you like the best?
I do like that Northwestern a lot, but I like Alex's Bucks minus 5.5 that much better, so I'll go with that one.
Bucks, no Butler in the lineup, no Jimmy Butler for Miami. And the one I like Chris's USF plus the 9.5 against Memphis, a team that can't shoot the ball. So I'll take Memphis here. I'm sorry, I'll take USF plus 9.5. That one I like the best up there. All right, Al, have yourself a good night. But right now it's time for us to go ahead and update the leaderboards on the Pick Dogs as well as the Sports Chat Place contest. And we're winding down here. This is through the 28th, Chris, and we see James Clark still up. But Forrest Adelan only 200 units behind.
Yeah, it's going to be, even down, I'd say, towards the bottom half of the top 10. There's nobody out of this race just yet. You still got 3 days to make up some ground. This race is far from over, even though we're coming to the end of the month. And it just goes to show you a couple great days can put you really far back or really close to the top. So it's going to be interesting to see the picks that are made over the last couple days.
Absolutely. Okay, we'll go ahead and look at 11 through 25 right now. Still time to get those plays in. These guys aren't out of it by no means. So Steve Hinnell, Ivan Oliveira. So we've got Tim O'Malley over 1,000 units of profit.
Yeah, you know what? And this just goes to show you the top 25. This is a great group of cappers. And, a lot of people know their stuff, and we can say that the chat room is, people are just giving an opinion, but like I said, a lot of these guys and girls know what they're talking about, and we're getting to experience it firsthand. And kudos to all the people that entered the contest, and kudos to the people who are on the top 25 here as well. Great job.
Absolutely. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at Sports Chat Place. This is your top 10. Trey Jordan, 2,300 units, and Cody Johnson, over 2,000.
Yeah, this is a log jam near the top of the Sports Chat Place board. And man, this one's going to be fun to watch over the last couple of days. It's going to be interesting to see. I'm hearing that the people at the top are still putting out 2-3 plays a day. So these are people that are looking to slam the door shut on the contest and try to ice the contest, if you will. And it's going to be, again, I hate to sound like a broken record, but this is going to be fun to watch over the last couple of days to see who goes for the home run and see who Trey Jordan tries to nurse that lead at the top.
3 days remaining, 29th, 30th, and 31st, so time to get those picks in. Sports Chat Place 11 through 25. Reminder, both of these contests are on the Facebook group. There's a Sports Chat Place Facebook group and a Pick Dogs Facebook group. And these plays are all transparent. All the contestants post their plays on the Facebook groups, so you can actually see them. If you want to follow these top cappers, you can do that on the Facebook group. So why don't you sign up right now over at the Facebook group for Pick Dogs? It's Pick Dogs, and it's Sports Chat Place Facebook groups. 2 Facebook groups. Sign up to both, and go ahead and track the picks from the cappers in these contests here, as we can see here, the Sports Chat Place top leaderboard. All right, this concludes another show here of the drive-thru. I invite you guys to join us tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time, and we'll have again a slew of cappers on from Pick Dogs to give out their picks from the primetime games on Wednesday. And a reminder, we're going to waiting on Mitch's halftime. That's right. We're now looking here at this Oklahoma State Miami game. There's 7 minutes left in the till halftime. So I say about 10 minutes, maybe 15 minutes if they're taking their timeouts, and have that portable device ready. Set those notifications. Mitch will come on and maybe rant about the Hurricanes first half. Maybe so. You think so, Chris? Little bit, just a little bit, right? Just a little bit. Get the rant, but you will get a halftime pick from Mitch on this Hurricanes and Oklahoma State Cowboys game, right?
You know what? I find that when you are angry about your team is when you are the most locked in, and when you are the most apt to making just you're nothing's going right. You're looking to take the books at least to get something out of them. So this could be a great halftime show. I think we might take some names on this one.
Yeah, definitely tune in here, guys. Like I said, once this Hurricane game and Oklahoma State Cowboys goes to half, Mitch is on with his halftime show, so set those notifications. All right, we're back tomorrow at 6 p.m. Eastern time. Have yourself a great night, and we'll talk to you guys tomorrow as we go ahead and bring in the crew from today's show. Give you guys off a wave, send off goodbye. Have yourself a good night, and